Every second, somewhere in the world, a barcode is scanned, a cart is filled, or a package is shipped. Bright lights flicker across massive malls, conveyor belts hum inside endless warehouses, and delivery trucks weave through city streets like arteries, feeding a global system that never sleeps. Billions of people rely on the same handful of companies to buy everything from daily groceries to the latest tech. It feels simple, almost effortless. You see something, you click, and it arrives. But beneath that smooth surface lies a system so vast and so precisely engineered that most people never stop to question it. Because what looks like convenience is often something far more calculated. What looks like choice can sometimes be quietly guided. And what looks like a simple transaction is part of a much bigger machine. Tonight, we are stepping behind the polished storefronts and seamless apps to uncover the hidden side of global retail giants. Where the real power is not just in selling products, but in shaping behavior on a global scale. Retail is not just an industry. It is one of the largest economic forces on the planet. Every year, global retail sales climb into the tens of trillions of dollars, flowing through a network that spans continents, oceans, and digital platforms. A surprisingly small number of multinational corporations control a significant portion of this flow, operating massive supply chains that connect factories in one part of the world to consumers in another. These companies manage warehouses the size of small cities, coordinate fleets of cargo ships, and maintain digital ecosystems that process millions of transactions every minute. On the surface, it looks like a response to demand. People want products, and companies provide them. But when you zoom out, a different question starts to take shape. Are these companies simply reacting to what people want, or are they quietly influencing those desires in the first place? Because behind every one-click purchase and every low-price promise is a system built on three powerful pillars: data, psychology, and logistics. And together, those pillars form a structure that does more than just deliver products. It shapes how the world consumes. The first crack in the surface appears when you look at how modern retail understands you. This is not guesswork anymore. It is prediction. Every time someone scrolls through a shopping app, pauses on a product, clicks a link, or adds something to their cart, that behavior becomes data. And that data feeds into algorithms designed to recognize patterns at a scale no human could ever match. These systems track not just what you buy, but how you browse, how long you hesitate, what you compare, and even what you almost purchased but didn't. In the early 2010s, one widely discussed case revealed how a retailer's algorithm could detect changes in purchasing behavior that suggested a major life event like pregnancy before it was publicly known. It wasn't magic. It was pattern recognition. Subtle shifts in buying habits, analyzed across millions of users, turned into predictive insight. Today, that level of analysis has evolved even further. Recommendation systems no longer just suggest products. They guide decisions. You see phrases like, "customers also bought," "you might like," or "trending for you," but behind those simple prompts is a complex system optimized for one goal: increasing engagement and spending. The longer you stay, the more likely you are to buy. And the more you buy, the more data the system collects, making its predictions even sharper. What feels like discovery is often direction. And here is where it becomes unsettling. Because once a system can predict what you might want, it can also start shaping how you think about what you need. That shift becomes even clearer when you look at pricing. Retail giants are famous for offering low prices, discounts, and deals that seem too good to pass up. But the psychology behind pricing is far more sophisticated than it appears. Most consumers do not remember exact prices. They remember how a price feels in comparison to another. This is where strategies like anchoring come into play. A product might be listed with a higher original price next to a discounted one, creating the impression of a significant saving. Limited time offers add urgency, making people feel like they might miss out if they do not act quickly. Bulk deals encourage buying more than needed, simply because it feels like better value. These techniques are not random. They are based on decades of research into consumer behavior. Studies consistently show that people are more likely to make a purchase when they believe they are getting a deal, even if the actual savings are minimal. And this leads to a counterintuitive reality. Sometimes the goal is not to make products cheaper. It is to make people spend more overall. A shopper who believes they are saving money is often willing to add more items to their cart. The result is a higher total at checkout, even though each individual purchase felt like a smart decision. It is a subtle shift. but a powerful one, because it changes the focus from price to perception. And once perception is shaped, behavior follows. But even these psychological tactics are only part of the story. Because behind every product, every price tag, and every recommendation lies a global system that most consumers never see. A system built on supply chains that stretch across the world, connecting raw materials, manufacturing hubs, distribution centers, and delivery networks into a single coordinated flow. This is where the scale of modern retail becomes almost difficult to comprehend. A single product might pass through dozens of intermediaries before it reaches a customer. It could be designed in one country, manufactured in another, assembled somewhere else, and shipped across oceans before finally appearing on a shelf or a doorstep. This complexity allows companies to optimize for cost and efficiency, sourcing materials and labor where they are most economical. But it also creates a layer of distance between the product and its origin. And within that distance, certain realities can become less visible. Over the years, reports have highlighted concerns about labor conditions in some manufacturing regions, the environmental impact of mass production, and the intense pressure placed on warehouse workers to meet rapid delivery expectations. It is important to recognize that these issues are not universal, and many companies have introduced initiatives aimed at improving sustainability and working conditions. But the structure of the system itself is designed with one primary objective: maximum efficiency at massive scale. And that efficiency often comes with trade-offs that the average shopper rarely sees. Inside a warehouse, for example, the pace can be relentless. Workers move quickly between shelves, guided by handheld devices that track every second of their activity. Conveyor belts carry packages through a maze of sorting systems, each step timed and optimized to reduce delays. The goal is speed. Because in a world where next-day or even same-day delivery has become the norm, every moment counts. From the outside, it looks like convenience. From the inside, it can feel like a race against the clock. And yet, this is what allows a product ordered in the evening to arrive at your door the next day. It is a system that works incredibly well, but it works by pushing every part of the chain toward maximum output. And that pressure, while efficient, is not always visible in the final transaction. When you step back and connect all these elements, a pattern begins to emerge. Data predicts what you might want before you fully realize it. Pricing strategies shape how you perceive value, influencing what you decide to buy. Supply chains deliver products faster and more efficiently than ever before, reinforcing the habit of instant consumption. Together, these systems create something powerful. A retail environment where convenience is not just a feature, but a driving force. And over time, that convenience becomes habit. Behavioral research shows that habits formed around ease and repetition are among the hardest to break. When something is simple, fast, and consistently available, it becomes the default choice. You stop thinking about alternatives. You stop questioning the process. You simply follow the path that has been made easiest. And this is where the true influence of global retail giants becomes clear. It is not about forcing decisions. It is about shaping the environment in which decisions are made. That does not mean these companies are inherently harmful. In many ways, they have transformed the world in positive ways. Products are more accessible than ever before. People can find what they need quickly and often at lower prices than in the past. Entire industries have been built around the efficiency and reach of modern retail. But it also means that the systems behind this convenience are incredibly powerful. And most people interact with those systems without ever seeing how they work. The algorithms, the pricing strategies, the supply chains, all operate quietly in the background, guiding behavior in subtle but significant ways. As the lights of a city glow at night and delivery trucks continue their routes, the system keeps moving. Orders are placed, packages are sorted, and data continues to flow. It is a machine that never stops, constantly learning, constantly adapting, constantly optimizing. And for the billions of people who rely on it, it feels almost invisible, just a normal part of daily life. But once you see the structure behind it, it becomes harder to ignore. Because the question is no longer just about what you buy. It is about how those choices are shaped in the first place. So the next time you scroll through a shopping app or pick up an item that feels like a great deal, take a moment to consider what might be happening behind the scenes. Not as a warning, but as awareness. Because in a world where convenience is king, understanding the system behind it is the first step towards seeing the bigger picture. Are we truly choosing what we buy, or are our choices being guided more than we realize? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into the hidden systems shaping our world, consider subscribing.